Hello there, Star Wars fans! Thank you for tuning in to your favorite intergalactic frequency. Across the galaxy, names carried weight. Some inspired fear. Dooku, Grievous, Sidious. But two names inspired hope. Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. From the earliest days of the Clone Wars, their exploits became the stuff of legend. Not just among soldiers, not just among Jedi, but among ordinary citizens. They were heroes of the Republic. But more than that, they were celebrities. In the Revenge of the Sith novelization and its companion story, Labyrinth of Evil, we're given a glimpse of how the wider galaxy viewed the war. It wasn't through secret Jedi briefings or Senate reports, it was through the HoloNet. For citizens watching from light years away, the war was something seen through shimmering screens and heroic broadcasts. And the stars of the show? Two Jedi who seemed larger than life. The books describe how even the younglings, children in faraway systems, knew their names. They'd follow their exploits, like we might follow star athletes or movie stars. Parents would ask their kids, "Who are you pretending to be, Skywalker or Kenobi?" The phrase Kenobi and Skywalker had become so famous, it was said as if it were one word. To the people of the Republic, Kenobi and Skywalker meant safety. It meant hope. And when news spread that Coruscant itself was under siege, that the Chancellor had been kidnapped, children across the galaxy didn't cry in fear. They whispered something else. "Don't worry, Anakin and Obi-Wan will be there any minute." That's how deep their legend went. They were miracle workers. Or at least, that's what everyone believed. The HoloNet wasn't just communication technology, it was the Republic's media machine. And it had one mission: to keep the people united. Through broadcasts, war updates, and flashy dramatizations, it turned the brutal Clone Wars into a spectacle. For every world under siege, there was a reassuring story. Jedi Knights saving the day. And no Jedi sold the story better than Skywalker and Kenobi. They embodied the balance between chaos and control. Kenobi was the negotiator, patient, measured, deliberate. Skywalker was the fire, bold and reckless and audacious. Together, they were the perfect pair. The HoloNet played it up relentlessly. The negotiator and the hero with no fear. They were everywhere, in military briefings and entertainment segments, even in children's holodramas. The Republic turned them into icons because icons gave people something to believe in. But as with any legend, there's a cost. While the galaxy saw heroes, the men themselves saw something very different. For Obi-Wan, it was uncomfortable. He'd never fought for fame or recognition. He was a Jedi Master, a servant of the Force, not of politics or celebrity. He understood that the HoloNet stories were designed to simplify the truth, to turn war into something palatable, to make killing look like courage. And for Anakin, it was everything he'd ever wanted, and everything that would destroy him. He craved recognition, validation. The galaxy called him a hero and he started to believe it. The HoloNet didn't show his fear, his anger, or his doubts. It showed him as invincible, and maybe he started to think he was. In the Revenge of the Sith novelization, the adults of the Republic are cynical. They know these heroes are partly a media creation. They whisper that Kenobi and Skywalker are just propaganda, hollow fabrications of the Republic's war office. But the children believe. The children believe completely. It's easy to forget that Star Wars is as much about mythmaking as it is about war. Lucas built a universe where stories shape reality, where faith in heroes can move entire worlds. Inside that universe, Anakin and Obi-Wan became the first true media-made heroes. They were the Republic's answer to despair. Their smiling faces on war reports, their victory broadcasts across the stars. Think of how our world celebrates soldiers, athletes, astronauts, how media turns ordinary people into legends. Now imagine that multiplied by 1,000 star systems. Every child in the galaxy grew up believing in them. They weren't just Jedi, they were symbols. But what happens when a symbol collapses? When the war ended, one of those names, Skywalker, became a curse. The galaxy that once adored him would come to fear the monster he became. And Kenobi, the man who once stood beside him, was erased from history. The HoloNet that once praised them now served the Empire, rewriting the past. The people who once whispered, "Anakin and Obi-Wan will save us," would one day whisper, "The Jedi betrayed us." It's a chilling reflection of how quickly media can reshape reality. The same machine that created their myth also buried it. The heroes of the Republic became the villains of the Empire, and the children who once idolized them grew up in a galaxy that told them it was all a lie. Even though the HoloNet erased them, the myth survived, and the shadows of the Empire whispers remained. Smugglers, refugees, and old soldiers still remembered the glory days, when Kenobi and Skywalker fought side by side, when the Jedi protected the light. And in those whispers, in those fading stories, the seeds of rebellion were planted, because even false legends can hold true hope. Decades later, a young man named Skywalker would hear tales of a crazy old wizard named Kenobi, and once again their names would conjure miracles. What's most haunting about that passage from Revenge of the Sith is how familiar it feels. It's not just a story about two Jedi, it's a story about us. We love our heroes, we raise them up, follow their every move, make them symbols of our own hopes, and sometimes we forget they're human. Anakin and Obi-Wan remind us that even legends bleed, even icons can fall. But their legend endures not because they were perfect, but because for a moment they made a broken galaxy believe that hope was still possible. So when you think of Kenobi and Skywalker, don't think of lightsabers and victories. Think of the children who whispered their names like a prayer. Think of the people who needed heroes and found them, if only for a little while. Because in every age, in every galaxy, stories like theirs remind us that hope isn't born from power. It's born from belief. Well, that's all for today from your favorite galaxy far, far away. Today's lore video is from a passage in the novelization of Revenge of the Sith. Here we see how the galaxy viewed the Jedi, especially Anakin and Obi-Wan. I love sharing these quick lore videos as I complete my read-through of Star Wars Legends and some canon books. So let me know if there's anything you think I should cover next. In the meantime, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're new, so you don't miss what's coming next in the Star Wars galaxy. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you, always.
Another happy landing.